Being single in your 30s is really tough. It is hard when everyone is getting married that you know and people you don't know because you see it on social media or wherever. What I did to be happy is literally choose things every single day that made me happy. So maybe it was grabbing coffee from my favorite coffee shop, or it was going for a walk and listening to my favorite podcast. And I also increased my friend group. And so I didn't just have very, very close friends. I had acquaintances who were also single and we had a good time together. So we would go out. I just built up my social calendar so much that I didn't feel like I was missing out and I had things to look forward to. And I think that's a huge part of it. I'm not going to tell you the sadness or loneliness is going to go away because it definitely creeps up. But the more you build a life that makes you happy, the less lonely it gets. And I am still single, by the way. And I hear you. You've got this and you're going to be just fine.
She is watching her female friends, family members, and strangers get married and have children, while she is trying to cope. Instead of addressing her problem, she covers it up with other things to preoccupy herself with. But deep down inside, she knows she's suffering from loneliness, from not having a relationship.
Be alone forever.
I feel like weekends when you're single in your 30s are just weird. I am admittedly terrible at making plans. A good chunk of my friends are married or in serious relationships, and a lot of my really close friends have left the city. I'm an introvert, so in actuality, I don't actually want to do much with my weekends, but I miss having someone to do nothing with. There's a lot I miss about being in a relationship, but just having someone to do nothing with is so underrated, and I feel like no one talks about that.
In China, when a woman is not married, with a husband by the age of 30, settled down and having children, she is called Shengnu, which means leftover woman.
No leftovers.
These last few days haven't been the greatest. I don't know why, but last night it just kind of hit me that like next month I'm gonna be, well, this month in a couple weeks I'm gonna be 31, and you know, there's so many things that are going right in my life and I'm just so grateful for. But also, you know, it's okay to recognize that this is not how I envisioned my life at 31. I just knew that I would be married with kids by now, so I've just kind of been processing that for the last couple of days, and I know I'm not alone. So I don't want to like make all this happy content about like, you know, I'm just in such a great mood all the time, because it's not the truth. So these last few days have been kind of hard for me and emotional. And yeah, just leave me a comment or like, you know, respond to this story if you can relate. And I just wanted to let you know that you're not alone if you're emotional and just going through all those emotions of being single in your 30s or older. So I feel you, I understand you, and let's just try to encourage each other. Everything is going to be all right, and we're going to get through this together. So I'll talk to y'all later.
How long will it take for them to find this relationship if they just keep telling themselves it's going to be alright, but don't have a productive method in looking for a long-term relationship? There are 2 more levels for leftover women in China. The second level is called Shongdao Shu, which means leftover warrior, a woman over 35 who is not married. The irony of using the word warrior has many masculine implications. The third level is called Bi Sheng Ko, which means unescapable leftover woman who is over 40 and not married. This implies that her situation is unescapable and very difficult to change. These types of sayings will never exist in the West without there being total uproar. However, it seems perfectly acceptable for people to use the word incel.
They're hypocrites.